everyone, I'm Liz Kelly, and I'm here today to introduce you to the W-plot writing structure. It has 5 turning points and 15 plot points. That might sound a lot, but it's not. Think of it this way. If you have 15 plot points, then you could create a book just by having 15 chapters and discussing each one of those plot points. If you have 2 characters within your book, let's say a hero and a heroine, or 2 heroes or whatever, you could create a plot point for each one of those characters and have 30 chapters, and that might be your book. Or you might take those 15 plot points and divide them in half, one as we're moving forward, and that could create your book. So let's get started on the plot points. I've created this sort of, hopefully you can see this. This is the plot point map. Isn't that sort of cool? So you can see the plot point here, the W plot. If you have read some plot books, you might have heard of the 3-act structure, Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3. I've sort of put those here so that you can also see that the W plot actually does follow the act structure. So let's get the beginning. So in the ordinary world, this is where you begin. Think of Harry Potter. Think about how he was in his ordinary world at his aunt's place, and that's where that began, in the ordinary world. And then something triggered an event, a call to action for that character who moved them from the ordinary world to take this journey. Then here is resistance, because why? I don't know about you, but there's a lot of people that don't like change. So there's conflict, both maybe internal and external conflict for resistance here. Once the character gets here, they are resolved to move forward, and they might get some help from allies or mentors. If you think about Harry Potter, Hagrid helped him integrate into the school, plus Hermione and Ron were there to actually help him as well. He's getting resolved to go into the school. And then he comes down here to a turning point. He's made a decision that he is going to go ahead and move forward. So there's a change of plans. So all along here, they might be resisting, trying to go back to this ordinary world. Right here is when they make a decision that they are no longer going to fight to go back to the ordinary world, but they're going to actually move forward. So they can't go back to their ordinary world, and then they are on the road. And this decision right now, as they're moving up here to recovery, the decision is now being tested. Every step of the way, there's conflict as they're moving up here, and their decision is being tested until they get to the top. And where they've decided here is, again, it's another turning point, and they've gone from reaction. Here is where they're reacting to the decision that they've been made, and right up here is where they go from reaction to action. They're saying, nope, I want to reach my goal, and I am not going to be reactive anymore. I'm going to actively seek my goal. When they make that decision, though, there's going to be a rug pull, a hint that something is going to create a problem and a challenge. So there's going to be more challenges here, and then things are going to really go wrong. And then down here, they're going to really question themselves. It's a turning point where their back is up against the wall, maybe all looks lost. Think about The Wizard of Oz, where Dorothy doesn't think she's going to get home, all is lost, and then she makes a decision that she is going to, with her allies' help, she's going to talk to the wizard and make that change. So here she's moving into her essence. She's becoming the person that she wants to be, and she is resolved to fight. And then, because she's resolved to fight, there is actually a change in her. She becomes stronger. She's no longer the person that she was over here. She has made that change, and there is now a new world for that character. So one of the things about this is the change, that the character must make a change within the story, otherwise there really isn't a story. One of the things that you might want to think about too is each one of these is a character. So Ron, Weasley, and Hermione will each have their W plot. They're going to go through their own character change. The other thing that I want to point out is if you have a villain in your book, think about your villain should be an M plot, because when the characters are at their worst is when their villains are at their strongest. So in Harry Potter, Draco, you know, there's some negativity going on here, and then over here where Voldemort comes out, there's some challenge here. So think of this as your W plot is your villains, and your M plot is your villains, and your W plot is your heroes and heroines. So anyway, hopefully that has helped you today on the story structure. Oh, one more thing. If you've watched some movies, watch some movies and see if you can see these points. So I watch a movie, I can go, yep, there's the ordinary world. Yep, there's the trigger. Yep, there's all those things. If you get to the middle of the movie and start yawning, or a book, because I've read some books where the middle is sort of like saggy. I call it a saggy middle, where all of these are not, there's not a push to push through to get to that character's goal. You have some saggy middles, or you've gotten to the end and there's some elements that are missing, and therefore you're like, what's going on with this? This is what I talk about when there is a plot point that is missing, that creates a saggy middle or ending that is just not fulfilling. Anyway, hopefully that helps you today, and maybe your story will fit within this structure. If not, try another structure that will work for you. But this is really sort of the essence, if you will, for a screenwriter to follow for most movies. You will see that if you choose to watch some movies. Anyway, hopefully you had a great day and this helped in some way. Anyway, we'll chat soon, all right? Bye-bye.